Hello and welcome back to Medical Toxicology. If you're joining us for the first time, I'm excited to have you on board as we delve into the intriguing realm of toxins and their health impacts. Beware, what you're about to hear might chill your bones. The world is full of deadly substances and we're about to count them down. In the vast expanse of our universe, there exist elements and compounds that, while minuscule, hold the potential to wreak havoc on life as we know it. Today we're embarking on a journey of revelation, a countdown, if you will, of the deadliest substances known to humankind. Our ranking isn't just a list of scary names, it's a result of meticulous research based on two principal criteria: the speed of action and the median lethal dose, or LD50. Now let's dip our toes into this dangerous pool, starting with number 19, mercury and mercury salts. Don't let their shiny, liquid allure fool you. These substances are extremely toxic. However, their lethality is somewhat tempered by the fact that they are generally slower in causing death compared to others on this list. Next, at number 18, we have thallium. Thallium poisoning can be severe and potentially fatal. However, it's generally slower in onset, giving a brief but crucial window for medical intervention. And then there's arsenic, standing at number 17. This notorious element, often associated with tales of poison and treachery, can indeed be fatal through multi-organ failure. Yet this typically occurs over hours to days, making it a less immediate threat than some of the others we'll be discussing. As we journey further into this countdown, each step brings us closer to substances that are not just deadly, but chillingly swift in their lethal potency. From toxins that can shut down your heart to gases that can rob you of your breath, we're about to tread into territories where danger lurks at every corner and death can be a matter of minutes. So prepare yourself. As we delve deeper, the substances become deadlier. Brace yourself for a journey into the heart of darkness, where each revelation is more shocking than the last. The countdown to Earth's most lethal substance has begun. We're climbing the ladder of lethality. Brace yourself. Imagine a substance so potent that it causes convulsions and asphyxia, potentially leading to death. This is the world of strychnine, a highly toxic, colorless, crystalline alkaloid used as a pesticide. Derived from the seeds of the Strychnos nux vomica tree, it's as deadly as it is natural. Strychnine's lethal dance begins with muscular convulsions, escalating to severe seizures with death by asphyxiation following close behind. While there might be a window for medical intervention, one thing's for sure: you wouldn't want to be caught in its grip. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, we're introduced to toxin. This substance is not only extremely toxic, but is also notorious for its rapid onset of action. Derived from the water hemlock, one of the most poisonous plants in North America, toxin swiftly disrupts the central nervous system, causing seizures that can lead to death in a frighteningly short amount of time. Its deadly prowess is slightly less rapid than some of the more potent toxins, but make no mistake, toxin is not to be trifled with. Finally, we ascend to ouabain, a substance that strikes at the very heart of life. Literally. This potent heart poison, found in two types of African plants, has been used for centuries in arrow poisons. Ouabain inhibits the activity of a crucial enzyme that controls the movement of sodium and potassium ions in and out of cells. This disruption affects the heart's rhythm, leading to cardiac arrest and death. Ouabain's action may be slightly slower compared to some neurotoxins and blood agents, but its lethal potential is undeniable. We've just scratched the surface of this deadly world, a place where nature and chemistry conspire to create substances that can end life in the blink of an eye. But we're not done yet. As we move closer to the top of this lethal ladder, the substances only get deadlier. Our journey into this deadly world continues. Stay with us. We're entering the heart of darkness now, where the poisons are swift and lethal. Let's first delve into the deadly world of aconitine. This potent poison is derived from the monkshood plant, also known as wolfsbane. Its toxicity is such that it can lead to fatal arrhythmias. The speed at which it acts is chilling, rapidly disrupting the rhythm of your heart. There might be a brief window for medical intervention, but let's not forget, we're talking about a substance that can kill you in the blink of an eye. Moving on, we encounter fluoroacetate. This lethal substance, also known as 1080, is used as a pesticide in certain parts of the world. It's an insidious poison, causing a rapid chain reaction of events in the body that can lead to death. It disrupts the citric acid cycle, a vital process for energy production in cells. The result? a swift and often fatal metabolic crisis. While it may be slightly slower in action compared to some of the more immediate neurotoxins, it's certainly not a substance to be trifled with. And then we have the amatoxins. Produced by several species of the amanita mushroom, these toxins are a silent killer. They cause severe damage to the liver and kidneys, leading to death typically over a period of days. The sinister part, symptoms may not appear until hours or even days after ingestion, often too late for effective treatment. It's a slow dance with death, marked by a deceptive calm before the lethal storm. Each of these substances carries with it a dark allure, a deadly potency that belies their often unassuming origins. They're reminders of the lethal secrets that nature harbors, the silent killers that lie in the heart of darkness. Are you ready for more? The deadliest are yet to come. We're nearing the end. The substances now are not just lethal, they're fast, ruthless killers. At number 10, we have hydrogen sulfide. This isn't a substance to be taken lightly. High concentrations of this deadly gas can be rapidly fatal. It's a silent assassin, but it does leave a trace. The gas has a distinct rotten egg smell, which can serve as a warning sign, allowing for potential escape or intervention. But don't let that fool you. If you're not quick enough, it's game over. Moving on, we encounter the organophosphates at number 9. These compounds, often found in pesticides, have a sinister side. They can cause respiratory failure and death in a short time. There's a small window for treatment, but it's a race against the clock. The faster the intervention, the higher the chances of survival. Then we reach number 8, aluminum phosphide, also known as phosphine gas. This substance is no less dangerous. It is highly toxic and can be fatal. Like hydrogen sulfide, it's often detectable. But don't be deceived, detection doesn't mean you're safe. The crucial factor here is speed. The faster you react, the better your chances. These substances are lethal, no doubt about it, but what sets them apart is their speed. They don't give their victims a fighting chance. It's a deadly race where seconds can mean the difference between life and death. But as we move closer to the number 1 spot, remember that these are not the deadliest yet. There are substances out there that are even more lethal, even quicker, even more ruthless. As we continue our countdown, the stakes get higher, the hazards more severe. Only the deadliest remain. Prepare for the final reveal. We've arrived at the most lethal substances known to mankind. Are you ready for the revelation? Let's start with cyanide, an insidious assassin that works by rapidly inhibiting cellular respiration. This essentially means it suffocates cells, preventing them from using oxygen to produce energy. The death it brings is swift, but not as swift as the most immediate agents on our list. Even so, its rapid action and potency make it a substance you wouldn't want to cross paths with. Next up, we have ricin, a toxin that's as lethal as it is unassuming. Derived from the humble castor oil plant, ricin works by getting inside the cells of your body and preventing them from making the proteins they need to survive. It's a slow killer, causing death within days rather than minutes or hours. While it may not be the fastest-acting poison on our list, its high lethality and the lack of an antidote make it a formidable foe. Then there's botulinum toxin, a substance so lethal that it's hard to comprehend. This neurotoxic protein produced by the bacterium Clostridium botulinum is considered the most poisonous substance in the world. It causes botulism, a disease that can lead to paralysis and respiratory failure. And yet it's also used medically in small doses to treat certain muscular conditions and cosmetically to reduce wrinkles. Talk about a double-edged sword. So we've covered cyanide, ricin, and botulinum toxin, each with a lethality that's truly bone-chilling. But as daunting as these substances are, they're still not at the top of our list. They're lethal, yes. They're terrifying, absolutely. But are they the most lethal? Not quite. But these are not the most lethal. Brace yourself for the final 3. Only the most swift and lethal remain, the top 3 deadliest substances on Earth. Let's delve into the dark world of these catastrophic compounds where a mere breath or touch could mean instant death. Taking the 3rd spot is tetrodotoxin, a substance as intriguing as it is deadly. This is no man-made monster but a natural neurotoxin found in creatures like the pufferfish. It's an incredibly potent poison causing paralysis and respiratory failure that can lead to death in mere minutes. The scariest part, there's no known antidote. Once tetrodotoxin is in your system, it's a race against the clock. In second place, we find not 1 but 2 lethal substances, sarin and VX nerve agents. These are among the most rapidly acting lethal substances known to humanity, bringing about death within minutes. They work by disrupting the nervous system, causing a range of symptoms from convulsions and paralysis to respiratory failure. These are substances so deadly that they've been weaponized, used in acts of terror and war. But what could possibly outdo these horrifying agents? Meet paraquat, a herbicide that has claimed many lives due to accidental ingestion or through its use as a means of suicide. It's highly toxic and can be rapidly fatal. The tragic part is that even small amounts ingested can cause severe damage to the lungs and other organs, leading to a quick and painful death. Each of these substances is a testament to the darker side of chemistry, an exploration of how molecular structures can wreak havoc on the human body. They demonstrate the fine line between use and misuse, between life and death, and the inherent danger in substances that can cross this line with frightening speed. But even these pale in comparison to the most lethal substance on Earth. The countdown continues, and we're about to unveil the reigning champion of deadly substances. Brace yourselves for the reveal of the most lethal substance known to mankind. We've arrived, the most lethal substance on Earth, polonium-210. The apex of our countdown, the pinnacle of potency, the embodiment of extermination. Let's delve into the deadly details of this silent, swift killer. Polonium-210, a rare and highly radioactive metal, is no ordinary substance. It's so lethal that even a minuscule amount is enough to cause acute radiation sickness, leading to a rapid and inevitable death. This isn't a poison that takes its time, no. Polonium-210 acts with a frightening swiftness that leaves no room for medical intervention. This deadly metal is a product of uranium-238 decay, a process that occurs naturally in the Earth's crust. But don't let its natural origins fool you. Polonium-210 is a formidable force, more potent than any venom or toxin we've discussed. In fact, it's about 250,000 times more toxic than hydrogen cyanide, a notoriously lethal poison. Polonium-210 emits alpha particles, a type of radiation that, while unable to penetrate the skin, wreaks havoc when ingested or inhaled. Once inside the body, these alpha particles damage and destroy cells at an alarming rate, causing radiation sickness that swiftly progresses to death. This silent killer has made its mark on history. Perhaps the most infamous instance of its use was the assassination of former Russian spy Alexander Litvinenko in 2006. A cup of tea laced with a tiny amount of polonium-210 was enough to end his life, demonstrating the terrifying lethality of this substance. But it's not just spies and assassinations where polonium-210 surfaces. It's also found in tobacco smoke, contributing to the multitude of health risks associated with smoking. And let's not forget, it was part of the power source for the Apollo moon missions, proving that when handled correctly, even the deadliest substances can serve a purpose. The extreme lethality of polonium-210, its swift action, and the fact that it's virtually undetectable make it a truly formidable substance. It's the silent assassin of the chemical world, slipping under the radar until it's too late. Yet it's important to remember that polonium-210, like all substances on our list, is not inherently evil. It's a tool, a resource, and its impact depends on how it's used. In the right hands, it can power a spacecraft. In the wrong hands, it can end a life. Polonium-210, the silent swift killer, the most lethal substance on Earth. This concludes our deadly countdown, but don't be unsettled. Remember, knowledge is power. Understanding these substances, their effects, and how they're used helps us to stay safe and make informed decisions. After all, our world is filled with wonders and mysteries, and it's through knowledge that we can appreciate them while keeping the dangers at bay. Thank you for watching this episode on the Medical Toxicology channel. If you found it enlightening and intriguing, please show your support by liking this video, subscribing to our channel, and hitting the notification bell to stay updated on our latest content. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and help spread this fascinating knowledge. Your engagement truly makes a difference and encourages us to bring more insightful content your way. Stay curious and safe.